Hello friends. I have never done a live video on YouTube before, but today I decided to just go ahead and try it out. Don't look at my courtyard, it's a mess back there with lots of child toys and such. But here's why I was compelled to do it. I was actually just making a sample of a hair product for a friend of mine when I poured it in this bottle, and I just happened to look at it and I thought, oh my God, that is mold. Can you see it? Can you see that growing in that bottle? I gotta make sure the light outside shows you exactly what's going on because it's really upsetting. And it's upsetting because I let it go bad and because I still have it. I've held onto it for too long, and that's not the fault of the manufacturer necessarily, unless there was some kind of contamination that they need to know about. But I'm sitting here going through my hair products and doing an exercise that I think would be really, yes, banana cream pie, friend, this is gross. You never want to find mold in your hair products. Maybe it goes without saying the reason why you don't want to find mold in your hair products. It can kill you. It can make you really, really sick. Let's pretend like you have a cut on your hands that you don't even know about. Hands do a lot. We can get cuts on them very easily. You could have a cut on your scalp, or even maybe you have a zit, some kind of blemish on your scalp that you scratched, and then you put this on and there's exposure. That's a really, really big problem. And that, I don't know a lot about preservatives, so I'll be really honest right up front. I can't tell you what all preservatives cover, what spectrum of different bacteria and things like that. I'm studying up on that right now, so hopefully I'll be able to tell you more about that soon. But I wanted to talk with you about preservatives because there are a couple of things that have happened to me over the last couple months that have opened my eyes as to how important they really, really are. And this example today was one. This is a product I've used for a long time. I've had it for a long time, and I bought it secondhand from someone from a Facebook site. And I didn't ask her how long she had had it. And this was pretty early in my journey. I probably bought this in maybe November or December 2016. Okay, and here's why that's really, really important. I think I left the bottle sitting over there, but I'm gonna grab another one. On a lot of hair products, not all of them, but a lot of them, there's this little icon. I don't know if you can see it. Do you see that it looks like an open bottle right there? And it'll say 12 month, 24 months, 12M, 24M, something like that. They don't all have it, but the ones that do, feel lucky, and then pick them up and date your bottle, because that is what I am sitting here doing right now. I'm going through all these products thinking to myself, holy smokes, I have had this since August 2016. I've almost had it for 2 years. And the thing is, long ago, when people were using methylparaben, ethylparaben, and parabens in their preservatives, which have a really, really bad rap now, and I've even talked about them in some of my videos and shared that I try to avoid them when I can. I do. They do have soft links to cancer, and I say soft links because from what I understand, from a hard science perspective, it hasn't really been proven. One person did a study. It wasn't necessarily a very sound study, and concluded that parabens are linked to cancer. So now a lot of companies say, no parabens. Look at that. 0 parabens, 0 sulfate, 0 silicones. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you about parabens. Parabens are a personal choice. They're never going to have any impact on the way your hair looks, functions, or feels. It's never going to impact the health of your hair. But they are a personal choice because are they linked to cancer? I don't know. Yeah, Christy, I'm glad I caught that before I gave it to my friend too. I'll have to let her know. Maybe she'll watch this video actually before I even let her know that I won't be sending this to her. Sorry for the disappointment. But parabens are the kind of preservatives that are they cover such a broad spectrum that they will keep a product good for like 10 years. I can leave this in the back of my cabinet and not worry ever that it's going to mold or mildew. I think I have some products that I've maybe had for, well, I did buy them secondhand, but they had parabens in them. They are like 12 years old. Guess what? They don't have anything in there that looks like this. So I wanted to share with you guys that all these natural products that people are making today are great. I think that's really wonderful, but you need to know that they have a really short shelf life. So a year to 18 months is what's considered typical for the life of a product before you can expect it to start growing mold. And why is that? Because they don't contain strong preservatives and because they include water. So the only exception to this rule is something like a pure, this is my InnerSense Pure Harmonic Healing Oil. This is a pure oil blend. It contains absolutely no water whatsoever. So this product should foreseeably be good for a decade, maybe 2 decades. This will not go bad almost ever, if ever. But products, when you add water to them, I keep seeing there's this product that I was asked to try a while back. That's a good question. Jen Smith, what if I haven't opened it yet? I'll answer that in just a second. There was a product I was asked to try a while back, and their motto was, what was it? Something about only crystals, never chemicals. And that was about the time that I opened a product of mine that I had had for a little while. I got it from a friend and put it in my hand, and it had little green spots growing all in it. And I saved pictures of it. I'll show it to you. I shared that with the company, and it was contaminated. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. But that was my first introduction to mold. And then this company reaches out to me right after that and says that I should try, that I should go ahead and try, sorry, I lost my train of thought looking at your pictures. I'm sorry, looking at your questions. They're really good. I want to answer all of them. They don't stay on the screen for very long with these live videos like they do when I do the Instagram live chats. But I'm really excited that YouTube is going to save this so y'all can watch it later. So I was asked by a company around that same time that I noticed mold growing in a product of mine to try their product. What was it? Always crystals, never chemicals. And I was like, okay, so what's your preservative? It's preservative free, but it's water. It's water mixed with oils. And I was like, no, I will not be trying that. I will not endorse it. I will not talk about it because there is nothing like the fear of death to put you in your place. So what I'm doing today is going through as many of my products as I can and trying to remember when I purchased them. And I have typically a pretty good memory with things like that. So I'm going to try to go through all these products and date all of them. I've been going through some of these going, oh my gosh, November 2017. I mean, already it's almost been a year. Can you believe that? So I would expect most of these products within 18 months, I need to throw them away, which completely breaks my heart, but it's just something I probably need to do, even if it doesn't look like it's gotten to this point. And this is probably a 2-year-old product. So I think probably after the 18-month mark, you can expect it to go pretty quickly. Okay, somebody had asked me, what do you do if it hasn't been opened yet? You know, I think that's a real judgment call. So I squirted some of this product, onto a paper plate, and I couldn't even tell. I wanted to put it on like a plate just so I could see against that white background if I could notice any of that mold growing there, and I couldn't see it at all. It wasn't until I put it in this clear bottle and happened to notice that something looked thick and heavy, and I don't think that, I am 99.9% sure that this is not just residue that's supposed to be in this product. So, yes, you're correct about the flaxseed gel. Someone asked a question about flaxseed gel. It has to go in the refrigerator, and it is good in the refrigerator for 2 weeks. Some people say 4 weeks. I'm kind of fishy on that. That's one of the reasons I don't like flaxseed gel personally, because it has to go in the refrigerator, and I don't like putting a cold product on my hair, and plus it feels disgusting. But aside from that, yes, it's good for 2 weeks. So you go to some trouble to make a product. Yes, it's very cost effective. Yes, it really works. But you've got to make sure you do that every 2 weeks because you don't want to be sick. So if a product is sealed and you haven't opened it yet, you know, I mean, it kind of depends on how long it's been sitting there. Let's say you've had it for 2 years. Open it up, put it in a bottle like this. I would encourage you guys to save a clear bottle of some kind to test products because that's what I'm going to be doing. Once I get to that year mark, I'm going to be testing them to see. So for example, I've had this one since September of 2016, and I don't remember it looking this cloudy. I know I reviewed this in a video a long time ago, and I haven't used it in a while, but I did use a lot of it. And I don't remember it looking that cloudy. That's not to say that it did, but now that my suspicions are elevated, I'm a little suspect of a lot of my products here. So I'm going through all these, and I'm looking for that little thing at the bottom that tells me 12 months, 24 months, and I'm dating all of them with a Sharpie. So that is my advice to you. Don't even worry about necessarily right now what particular preservatives they're using. Just look for that icon on the back of your bottles. If it does not contain parabens, my advice to you is try to remember when you bought it, look for a receipt, look for a time you mentioned it in social media for the first time, maybe you recorded some time that you used it, and just put that date on the bottom of your bottle. If it's over a couple years ago, then you know it really just might be time to throw it away. So that's my advice to you guys, because you can expect if it doesn't contain parabens, it's a more natural product most likely, and it's going to be good for about 1.5 years. And I feel what you're saying about wishing the companies sold things in smaller quantities. I mean, I've been so excited. I've gotten, you know, a lot of freebies from doing what I do, thinking I'm never gonna have to buy hair products ever again. Woo! I'm rich in terms of hair products. But as it turns out, I better use all these within 1.5 years. And that's it, because that's about how long they're going to be good. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention. I'm glad I saw Mr. Mop Top Curly Hair Custard here. Oh, and this one. These containers that come in tubs are much, 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 much easier to contaminate with water, with something you might have on your hands already. Maybe it's some soap, maybe it's some dirt under your fingernails, who knows. But when you have something in a tub, when you're reaching in there and scooping it out, you're also putting something in, whether you realize it or not. So that's going to help that product go bad a lot faster. So date your products if you can, and be sure to use them within that time period. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Just something that I've really been thinking about a lot, and I feel passionate about, because Lord knows you don't need to get sick from your hair products. So take good care, and if you have questions, leave them below, and I will do, I'll do a and I'll talk with you guys very soon. I hope you have a great curl day. See ya. Bye.